Hey, what is up everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and today I will be breaking down the latest twist in the Boku no Hero story, including the appearance of Deku's game-changing new power. And no, I am not just talking about his new quirk-related power. I'm also talking about something potentially even more groundbreaking, so stay tuned because this is huge. If you enjoyed the Boku no Hero content on this channel and you want us to keep it going, just leave a like and comment. It only takes a second, but it actually helps a lot. And of course, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you watch our videos but you haven't subscribed yet, make this the video that you subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. Okay, now a quick thank you to AFK Arena for sponsoring this video. AFK Arena is a rewarding, casual, and strategic mobile online RPG with a unique art style and epic fantasy elements. AFK Arena allowed me to build my dream team of heroes and go on amazing adventures without forcing me to grind for hours on end. When I downloaded the game, I was just gonna check it out for a few minutes and then play again later. But the game is so engaging and rewarding that I ended up playing for like an hour before I even realized what time it was. Collect 100 heroes for free and go on an adventure with them while making use of the 7 different factions and their unique skills to create strategic brilliance. I love my ascended hero Isolde. He's like this crazy mixture of a magical knight and Frankenstein's monster. Isolde is definitely part of my dream team. He'll absolutely crush in battle. AFK Arena is stress-free and free to play. To celebrate their 2nd anniversary between April 6th and May 5th, every player will receive 100 free summons and 1 special gift code. The bonuses they're offering are unprecedented. Don't miss this chance. Click the link in the description for your chance to build your dream team with 100 free summons. Download AFK Arena today. It's the best time to start playing, and by downloading the game, you are supporting this channel. Just click the link in the description. Finally, this video will of course contain Boku no Hero manga spoilers, so please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Okay, so in the previous chapter, an epic rematch between Deku and the overpowered villain Muscular was set up. And in the latest installment of the story, that rematch escalated quickly. As soon as Deku rescues Shindo from Muscular's clutches, Muscular recognizes Midoriya. The villain remembers Deku well, since Deku was the one who took him down last time. So Muscular knows it's Deku even though he is wearing that new badass mask over his face. But instead of being angry at Deku for putting him in jail, Muscular is just excited to see him again. He actually says that he missed Deku so much and he can't wait to take him on once again. Muscular doesn't want to make some grand speech about revenge. He's not really a master schemer and he doesn't have any grand philosophy that drives his actions. Muscular just likes to use his overpowered quirk to do whatever he wants, and right now he wants to stop fighting all the small fry and take on someone of Deku's caliber. Now, Deku's big problem is that he can't fight Muscular until he gets Shindo to safety. Deku is still holding an injured Shindo in his arms, so he has to find a way to avoid Muscular's attacks for long enough to safely evacuate Shindo. As Deku makes his getaway, he notices that Muscular isn't jumping directly at him. Instead of attacking Deku directly, Muscular is targeting the building on top of which Deku had been standing. But thankfully, Deku manages to leap off of the building and he eventually locates Tatami. Tatami sees a whole bunch of smoke and then someone hands Shindo over to her. Tatami is in tears when she sees the extent of Shindo's injuries, but she's also happy that he is alive. In case you didn't know, the official MHA character guide confirms that Shindo and Tatami are dating. They're a couple. So it's no surprise to see Tatami being so emotional over what happened to Shindo. Out of the heavy smoke that surrounds them, Deku calls out and tells Tatami to take care of Shindo and to be careful because the collateral damage is through the roof. But despite this chaotic and dangerous situation, Deku vows that there will be no more casualties from this point onward. He will put a stop to Muscular. Tatami can't actually see Deku because of all the smoke, but she notes that his voice sounds familiar. This makes sense because Tatami met Deku before, back during the provisional hero license exams. And it is at this point that one thing becomes clear. All that smoke around Deku isn't just the result of the collateral damage caused by Muscular's destruction. Sure, Muscular's assault on multiple buildings definitely created a bunch of dust and smoke, but this is something else. Deku has unlocked a brand new quirk. The 6th one-for-all user, N, the predecessor of Nana Shimura, appears next to Deku and begins advising him on how to use his own quirk. And the name of that quirk is Smokescreen. As the name suggests, Smokescreen allows Deku to generate a bunch of smoke that conceals his presence from his opponent. And Deku was able to use this ability to take Shindo to safety and cover his tracks because Muscular was unable to tell where he was because of all the smoke. N tells Deku to be careful and to stop relying too much on One for All, since this is a mistake that the previous 8 users made in the past. N tells Deku not to let One for All's power use his body. Instead, his body must learn to use One for All. Deku cannot allow One for All or any other single quirk to be his only strategy in battle. And he can't allow the power of One for All to run rampant inside his body because that will hurt his body in the long run. According to N, the quirks of the previous users alone are not enough to make Deku successful. He cannot rely on them too much, and he must not use them as a crutch. These quirks are just tools in his arsenal, and Deku must learn to use the right tool at the right time. Deku then uses Float in combination with Full Cowl to leap over the smoke and get a bird's eye view of the situation. As Muscular attacks him, Deku uses Smokescreen to reduce Muscular's vision, and then he uses Danger Sense to avoid Muscular's attacks. This is actually a really useful combination of quirks when you think about it. Smokescreen severely reduces the visibility for Deku's opponent, but thanks to Danger Sense, Deku still knows exactly where his opponent is despite all the smoke. Now, combine those two quirks with One for All's own power, with Float, and with Black Whip, and you have Deku effectively dodging and counterattacking against Muscular to the point that even Muscular gets frustrated with all the tricks that Deku has up his sleeve. Don't forget that the last time Muscular fought Deku, Deku couldn't yet use any of the former users' quirks. So this really is a whole new Deku as far as Muscular is concerned. Deku then tries to talk to Muscular in between all the fighting. He basically tries to talk no jutsu him, and he asks the villain where Shigaraki and All For One went after they freed him from Tartarus. But Muscular replies that he doesn't know and he doesn't care. All For One told him to do whatever he wanted to do with his newfound freedom, and that is exactly what Muscular has been doing. This is a bit of a surprise to me because I thought that All For One would want Muscular to be his henchman, but maybe All For One wants Muscular to just keep the heroes as busy as possible by destroying as much as possible. For his part, Deku wants to keep talking because he wants to understand Muscular and how a villain like him thinks. Why does he do what he does? Why does he have the urge to go on these destructive rampages that hurt so many people? Deku thinks that maybe if he could truly understand a villain like Muscular and where he is coming from, maybe he could change things. Maybe he could convince him to stop the destruction without anyone else getting hurt. If only Deku could learn to understand these villains, maybe he could even get through to Shigaraki and help him change his ways. But Muscular has no interest in all the talk no jutsu. He tells Deku to shove all his therapy talk somewhere else, and he explains that he simply loves blood, guts, and the thrill of the battle. It's not about some deep philosophy for him, it's not about some tragic backstory, it's not about good or evil, it's not about right or wrong. He just loves violence, he loves to fight, and he wants to keep doing it regardless of the consequences and regardless of the collateral damage that he causes. Despite this answer, it seems that Deku still hasn't given up on the idea of getting through to Shigaraki by reaching the deepest crevices of his soul. Even though Shigaraki has done absolutely horrible things, Deku still believes that he can save him without killing him. I think Deku is absolutely wrong on that point, but either way, before he faces Shigaraki again, Deku will have to finish this fight with Muscular. Although this does make me think, if Deku is trying so hard to understand the villains and where they're coming from, does this mean that at some point he's gonna get closer to Stain? Because Stain is kind of a villain but also a vigilante who wants to do good things just in a really twisted way? I mean, maybe I'm just reaching because I want to see Deku and Stain working together so badly, but I think Stain might end up being a sort of case study for Deku when it comes to understanding the villains. Luckily for Deku, it appears that Muscular suffered some serious tendon damage when Shindo used his vibration quirk against him earlier. The damage didn't take full effect right away, but now Deku can see that Muscular's tendons were pulled and they are now beginning to unravel. This is why Muscular didn't jump directly at Deku earlier on in the fight. His muscles were already feeling the strain, and he was unable to reach Deku directly, so he went after the building that Deku was standing on. In the final panel of the chapter, Deku smashes Muscular with so much force that it looks like he punched a hole straight through his muscle fibers. And as the mask flies off Deku's face, the chapter ends. Wow, that was crazy. Not only did we get to see Deku using a new quirk, but we also got to see him using all of the quirks that he has unlocked so far in order to produce some incredible strategic combos. He used Smokescreen, Danger Sense, Float, Black Whip, and of course One for All itself in an absolutely seamless and strategically brilliant way. And it seems that thanks to these strategic combos, Deku has been able to take out Muscular yet again. To be fair, it seems that Shindo had already weakened Muscular, but still, we simply cannot underestimate the strength and raw power of this new Deku. All his quirks, when used together as a combo, have so much potential. Definitely let me know what you thought of the new quirk, Smokescreen, and did you like how Deku was able to combine all the quirks during this battle? I thought that this was a great sign of things to come. We are definitely going to see Deku combining all of his different quirks in awesome new ways a lot more regularly from now on. But I also have to talk about the other new power that Deku seems to have unlocked. A power that I think might be a much bigger deal than Smokescreen itself. I mean, sure, Smokescreen is obviously useful in battle, especially when used in combination with the other quirks. And Smokescreen may also have some other awesome aspects to it that we haven't discovered yet. But the fact that N, the original user of Smokescreen, was able to emerge from the Vestige world and straight up talk to Deku and give him advice in real time during the battle is huge. Does this mean that Deku can now call upon any of the former users to emerge from the Vestige world and advise him at any time? Instead of having to deal with traveling to the Vestige world and speaking to them there, is Deku now able to just get advice anytime he wants, even in the middle of a battle? I mean, maybe this was just a unique way of showing a flashback in which N had told Deku all of these things in the past, but by the way that N was shown right next to Deku and talking to him about everything that was happening as it happened, it really looked like N was advising Deku in real time. If this is what really happened, it is absolutely crazy. Think about it. Every time Deku uses one of his quirks, the original user could appear next to him and tell him the best way to use the quirk in any given situation. That would be so freaking useful for Deku, and it would speed up his training immensely. To me, the ability to potentially summon the Vestiges and speak to them in real time during a battle is an even crazier power-up than unlocking a new quirk like Smokescreen. But let me know how you guys feel about this. Was this just a flashback that was drawn in a creative way, or did N really emerge from the Vestige world and give Deku pointers on how to use Smokescreen in real time? Don't forget to leave your feedback down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this Boku no Hero video and you want to see more, just leave a like to let me know. It only takes a second, but it helps a lot. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar. Thanks again to AFK Arena for sponsoring this video. Check them out right now by clicking that link in the description and build your dream team with 100 free summons. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys!